Welcome to Serenity Productions.
Hi! If you could, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out at the bookstore. Thanks!
Are you ready to go again, BB? Well, I'm glad to see that you're eager.
Remember, if you don't feel like you can hold the connection, just let us know, okay?
We don't need you wearing yourself thin. Okay, then. Alright, whenever you're ready, just enter the circle. Everyone remembers how this works, correct?
Yeah.
Alright. Everyone just stay calm and try not to let your emotions get the better of you. You got her, BB? Alright. Then you stay with her. Come on, Hunter. He wants to see you again. Well, the door is always open to you, Medea. Do you always have a reserve of sarcasm tucked away somewhere? Yes. I need emergency reserves for dealing with assholes like you. Just get moving. I don't want to keep him waiting. I notice you're still missing your other half.
Oh, good. You're observant as well.
What happened to Harlow?
None of your concern. You should be focused on keeping him happy and calm until you're no longer needed.
He did something to Harlow, didn't he? That whole thing about him being in a jar wasn't a joke. If he did something to him, why are you still helping him? I've seen you these last couple of months. You hate him. You...
Shut your mouth. You don't know anything about what has happened here. Don't go trying to form a relationship with me just because you think you can use my brother as a sign of weakness. Remember, you're only here for one thing: to be sacrificed. And while I can't outright hurt you, I still know ways to make your life into a nightmare that not even Drivden would notice. Now, walk. Here we are. Remember, try to keep him in a good mood. For all our sakes.
Ah, there you are. Right on time. Decided to not give any trouble today.
Didn't feel like giving Medea any more trouble today. Looked like she'd been through enough.
I did not realize that you two had been getting closer. It is so nice to see you have a blossoming relationship with my right hand. Can I take your new demeanor as a sign that you have accepted your situation here?
Fuck you.
That answers my question. Maybe while you are here, we can expand on your vocabulary.
Is that why we're in the library today? What, got tired of awkward dinners?
Just needed a change of scenery. And something that was a little more nostalgic. When I was rebuilding this room, I based it off the one we used to have back home. It is not as big, but the design is as close as I could get it.
We?
We, my family, my parents, my younger brother Xavier, myself, and...
Yana.
Yes, Yana. We used to spend hours in our libraries, reading books, putting on small plays. That was Yana's favorite room. Any time that I was looking for her, I would always be able to find her with her nose in a book, reading the time away. She used to share the books she would find with me. She would regale the contents of each one with such fervor. I would find the books a bore after her retelling of them. None of them truly matched her passion.
When did that stop?
Probably around the time we figured out she could not use magic. My brother and I trained hard, and my parents sheltered her. We were all scared. How could she protect herself from those who would have wished to do us harm? Between training and learning what I needed to do in order to lead, there's not much time left over for escapes to the library. And Yana found her own escape by herself more and more. We drifted for a time.
Was that odd? For her not to be able to use magic?
It was unheard of. Nephilim have always had a strong propensity for magic. Yana was the first of our kind to not be able to use it. Father had thought she might have been a late bloomer, but a Wiccan was able to analyze her. I remember her crying for weeks before coming to terms with it. It pained me to see her that way. She would not let any of us near her for months. After that, I do not remember when she was ever truly open with us again.
But runes.
Yes, her runes. While she could not practice magic, my sister's ability to understand it was unmatched. It was almost as if it was another language that she could write fluently, but not speak. Her creations were powerful, beautiful, terrifying at points. I remember the first time she showed me the storm rune she had created. I almost caused a tsunami on the coast. After that, she required that we only test the runes in contained environments, and that my brother and I were not allowed to be the first ones to test them anymore, because of our power. Tactful and thoughtful. That was Yana.
If she couldn't create runes, would you still have loved her as much as you claim to have?
What a disgusting question.
You said it yourself, that you didn't like waste. Wouldn't it have been wasteful? A Nephilim that could not use magic?
Even if she could not have created the runes, my sister was not a waste. What she was too sentimental.
Sentimental? Or sympathetic?
Is there a difference?
I would think so. And I don't think there's weakness in either.
Maybe not for you, but you do not know what it takes to lead an entire world. You cannot always be sympathetic to every little plight that passes on your desk.
Were you ever sympathetic to someone that wasn't a Nephilim? Yana said...
Do not quote my sister to me. I knew her better than anyone. We were inseparable, always together, never one without the other. She was my confidant, my friend, my closest companion.
So is that why you killed her lover? You got jealous that your baby sister finally found someone else to revolve around. Someone that gave her a sense of freedom. Is this whole thing one giant temper tantrum because Yana got bored of you?
Have you been known to push people to the breaking point and watch as you hope they crack?
It was my job as a handler.
Handler. What would a human know about rehabilitating creatures that are so far beyond you, especially one as young as you are? What life experience do you have to try and help others become your version of better?
You're trying to turn this around on me.
No, I am just genuinely curious. I do not know so much about how your world works. I never really cared for the mundane. I never understood why so many of our kind wanted to travel there. A magicless place filled with your kind.
Humans.
Yes. Humans. Pathetic creatures. Though your advances in this science you had so coveted have been interesting. It has been so influential that even a new form of Wiccan has grown from it.
Maybe we're not as pathetic as you think we are.
Oh no, you are still pathetic. Without your weapons and science, you are very useless. Easy to kill, easy to break.
Couldn't the same be said for you without your magic?
I can still fight and hold my own.
The same could be said for humans.
Could the same be said while your neck was being snapped? Or perhaps as your legs were removed?
Your sister ever tell you that you're a violent asshole?
Once or twice, at the end. Diplomacy was losing its sway. Reasoning was becoming more and more scarce with those that we had alliances with. It seemed that violence was the only thing that they would listen to. So I adopted a more violent outlook on life.
And a superiority complex.
Is it a complex if it's true?
There's that argument again about truth. Seems like we just keep circling back to it.
Our conversations seem to circle back to a lot of things. Though I have not had to threaten your loved ones in a while.
For all your truths, Drivden, the one I believe the most is that you're a man of action. And I'm not that stupid to try to test you on that matter any more than I already have.
How interesting.
What's interesting?
That you chose that book. That was Yana's favorite.
I know.
You know.
Yes. I've been having more dreams about her life. I have to say it's a refreshing change from seeing her death over and over again.
You saw her death.
Yes. And it was less saw and more felt. Most of the dreams I have are more based on feelings and her perspective.
What did she feel at the end?
Are you sure you want to ask that question?
I would not have asked it if I did not want to know.
Hate. A lot of hate. And a lot of pain, too. Can I take this? I don't really have a lot to do in that room that you're keeping me in.
Take it. It is yours to have before your time is up.
Thank you. Is our conversation for the day done?
I believe it is. Medea will take you back to your room.
Drivden.
Yes.
You're still a prick that's gonna lose and wind up right back where you started.
I thought that conversation ended much too amicably. Good night, little hunter.
Ooh, easy, easy. Okay, welcome back. So, what happened? More dreams? Makes sense. She's near someone that Yana was close with. It makes sense that Yana's soul might be reaching out more to Eve due to a heightened sense of emotion.
She's not in trouble of Yana's soul taking over, is she?
I don't know. I feel like if that was going to be a problem, we would have noticed something sooner. It might not be that big of a deal.
Well, okay. Was there anything else in the conversation that could lead us to where she is, baby? Something that we don't know yet? And that Morgana's not looking for already?
We could try to lock onto the rune again that Eve has on her back.
You've already tried that like 5 times already. And even your mom said that Drivden could be using a spell to block out anything that we could use. We don't even know if the one Morgana's gonna use is gonna work, but we should just have faith in her and wait.
I know, but I don't know. I hate waiting like this.
I know, Cypher, but It's our turn to play the waiting game now, okay? Was there anything else, BB?
What?
You have got to be kidding me. My cousin's not actually trying to rehabilitate a fucking Nephilim soul that is trying to end the world as we know it.
That does sound like Eve. For as much as a hard ass as she is, does always try to see the better in others.
Yeah, faith in the good in people. What made her one of the best rehabilitators.
You too, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm not about to take that optimistic stance on this asshole.
I'm hoping it's less about trying to see the good in him and more trying to get him off his guard. Lull him into a false sense of ease. She knows we're trying to look for her, so maybe she's trying to help out on her end how she can.
BB, can you ask her what she's doing if you meet up with her again in the dreamscape? 'Cause I want to know if she's actually losing her mind or not. Wonderful.
Some people can't change scales. I think this man is very much set in his path. And as good as Eve is, I think she even knows that he's willing to do anything to get what he wants. And there will be no changing that. Is the spell over? I would hate to interrupt something that is so delicate. We're good. It was another successful run-through. You'll be happy to know your niece is either trying to get the crazy man to let his guard down, or she's trying to run him through the rehabilitation program. Really? Yeah, really.
What's up, Aunt Harris? You usually only come to us nowadays for hearing news.
The group from the council showed up. Malcolm is here, and Fang's uncle is showing them to where they will be setting up for the night.
I'm guessing we're gonna need to have that meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to focus on that right now?
I don't think we have a choice right now. But that will be a problem for tomorrow. Like you said, Sai, let's take the win for tonight. Malcolm can be a tomorrow problem.